Hey, it's your boy Deric coming to you live from inside my office, and I'm back at it again, answering questions of my fans, subscribers, viewers that have, they watch these videos, they have questions about real estate, they send them to me. Again, my name is Deric Lipski. I'm with Keller Williams Real Estate, 1,000 homes sold on my belt, hundreds of 5-star reviews. I just try to give the best advice to buyers and sellers and trying to get forward in this area of trying to buy and sell a property. So, this question came in from a viewer. Should I selling my house versus renting it out? What are the benefits? What are the differences we should do there? Like, why would I consider selling versus renting, or renting versus selling, however you want to word it? So there's plus and minuses to both sides of this field. Let's start with the obvious side that we don't talk much about, renting. Renting is a good deal if you can get the right buyer in there. The right renter. You've verified they have funds in the bank. They have good credit history. They have good referrals. And you just feel like they'd be a good match for you. And even some of those times that don't work out. But if you can get that situation, it's a great thing, because these people will go in your house, they'll rent it, they'll pay the mortgage off. And sometimes if you have it mortgage rented properly, you actually get a few bucks every month in your own pocket on top of paying off your mortgage, which is the ideal situation. But 70% of the time, that's not how it works. That's the few 30% of the time that it works that way. You want everyone to work that way, and everyone would do it if that's the way it worked every time. A lot of times you get people who have great qualifications, great credit, and just don't give a crap about your property, and they're a nightmare. You can't go in there. They won't let you get into the property to repair stuff. They'll try to take you to court. You try to evict them. They don't pay. They try to get restraining orders against you. I've seen the nightmares. These guys punch holes in the wall. They take a bag of cement and pour it down the toilet, and it freezes up the system, the pipes. I've seen some horror stories that they had here. And these are guys who were like doctors, investors, and you're like, you kidding me? Had great referrals. It's a very tricky game to get in there. Some people get it right. I have guys who only rent to good people. They have a sixth sense. I don't know what it is, but they only get good renters. The other people, you hear the horror stories, are like, I gotta get this person out. Number one, if you're going to rent, do you really want to be a landlord, and do you want to be a landlord who lives nearby or from another state? Another state is obviously another level of danger because you can't see the property, what's happened with it. The other issue with renting it, and the number two issue we'll talk about today, is going to be the minute you rent it, it is no longer a primary residence. So now you have tax implications when you go to sell this thing down the road. So if you do rent it, you got to factor in, okay, some people, when the market was crashing, said, I'll just keep it and rent it, and because I can't sell for now because I need to make X amount of dollars. So that's understandable, 100%, but make sure you factor this into that. That's your situation for some reason, and you need to wait for the value to come up to rent it. Now you have to wait for the value to come up to where you need to be, plus you got to add in what tax you're going to pay on it now, because let's say you're going to pay only 20% tax, 15 federal, 5% state. So you need to be up another $20,000 plus the 15 and 5% you need for that, just to be at break-even level. So it becomes a little bit more challenging. You got to make sure you work all the numbers in if you're going to do this, and make sure that these numbers work. So you lose that tax implication of the primary residence unless you move back in and live there for 2 years afterwards, and that is your primary residence. You need to get qualified the hell out of the renters. Make sure that they're good. You have to talk about pets. Can they have pets, kids, if the kid's under 6, is lead paint in the house, trash removal, water, sewer, snow removal, landscaping. These all have to be addressed at time of rental. Who's going to take care of that before you actually let these guys move in there? First, last, security, all that kind of stuff. But again, if you get good people and they pay off the thing, it's a slam dunk. But if you don't, it can be a living nightmare. Now, that's renting it. Okay, that's if we're going to rent it. If we're going to sell, that means you leave the house, no ties, no worries. You get all your cash the minute you sell. You move on with your life. No more maintenance of the property. So a lot of times people opt for selling over renting. Usually, most people who even question renting are buy that property for investment in the first place. Most people don't want to take their primary residence and rent it, only if they are forced into it for some situation. And that could come for a couple of different reasons. A death, a divorce, any of those things could push you into that direction of having to rent it because you owe more than maybe worth it that you can afford on your own. So maybe renting it to a family may give you more money, and you can keep it as an investment and sell it off later. So I hope this answers a lot of your questions you have there. If it doesn't, leave a comment. I'll try to get more in depth with it if I can. If not, I'm glad you guys watch it. Leave comments, smash the subscribe button. I appreciate all the people that watch these videos. Anyways, I'll see you at the next video.